Oh, dat moeten we niet hebben. Hey, that is not what we want. Amigos alcoholico. I am talking to you today about the right angle because I see a lot of pours and I really love it that you are sending me personal messages with advice or with, hey, see how I pour and this is a great pour, and a lot of people are very proud to pours that I would have a little feedback on, to be honest. But it's really cool to see that a lot of people take so much effort in the right treatment. So thousands of people, hundreds of people are having a rinser now, so you can have the best beer in the world. You can think you're a great barkeeper, but if you start with a dirty glass, dirty, you simply don't have a chance. So cleaning and cooling is very important because most of the people complain about too much foam. Now, too much foam is 9 out of 10 times a temperature related problem. So when the keg is not cold enough, the CO2 goes out, the reaction is foam, right? So that is why you need a cold glass and a cold beer to keep the CO2 in. Now, if the glass is dry, for instance, if you drink a dry glass, there's some greasy spots, there is oxygen in it, and also the CO2 has a lot of resistance, you know, it can get out in the glass. And the moment the CO2 extracts, you get a lot of foam. So that is why you need to start with a cold and wet glass and under a very high angle. So it's like almost over 45 degrees. Now the angle, that is what I want to talk to you about today, because I see a lot of people, they are going to be like in front of their blade as if they were in the bar, and then they are going to open the tap slightly too slow, and when you open it slightly too slow, the beer squeezes through the little pipe and the reaction is foam again. Now also, if you pour like this, it's very hard to tilt it, straighten it without touching the nozzle in the foam. So we want to avoid contact with the nozzle and the foam, because the foam will disappear very quick. You will get a shitload of foam actually, and it collapses, and we all know the foam is for protection and we should not drink without protection. So my advice is not to pour like this, but to pour like this. So if I open it, I can keep it really close to the nozzle and the glass, but the moment I'm going to straighten it, I will be out of the way. Instead of touching it and messing it up, I will have enough space to put it aside or to put it here, and then I will skim it. So instead of doing this, I'm going to mess up here, better here. The drip tray is big enough, and when I'm done, I'm going to put it here. So I will pour the perfect pour with a very small glass. So the smaller the glass, the bigger the resistance, the bigger the chance of foam, obviously. So what I do is just open it quick, keep it here. Almost no foam is appearing, you see. I have to keep it low. Then I put it down. This is a Brand IPA, by the way. And now it is on the horizontal shoulders of the star. And then if I take this glass and I do it like this, I mean, I'm a professional, so I should be able to do it. But if the glass is bigger, if the beer is not cold enough, if you have a little bit difficulty to pour, it is less likely that it will turn out great. But in my case, fortunately, it worked also like this. Never waste a good beer. So this Brand IPA, I almost finished it. Is a very, very, very good beer. I'm not going to talk about it too much, otherwise, you know, people get angry. But I will drink this one. Wow! 7% in the bloodstream. Perfectly poured, very soft. No bitter aftertaste, really bang, very good. Now, some people have these kegs and you see the bag is inflating. So normally you would have kegs like this. I'm getting a little bit emotional when I talk about it, but then you don't see what is happening inside of the keg. Now with this one, because only half of it is the logo of Brand, a lot of people are like, oh, my keg is imploding and what is going on and so on. So this is a good thing to happen. So I'm looking for my keg, my example keg, to be honest. So this, I took off the wrap actually, and what is happening is in here and here, when you put in the keg in the blade, you hear the compressor like, and two valves actually will push in, and they add air between the inner keg and the outer keg. So it will more or less, just like a tube of toothpaste, it will push out the beer. Now you know beer is very allergic to oxygen, to a UV. Now this one doesn't catch any UV and the oxygen is not going to touch the beer. So the beer is put in the Heineken Zoeterwoude brewery after 285 checks into a keg, and now we have the chance to have the freshest beer possible from the brewery in our glasses. So we need to change this world-class beer into a world-class drinking experience. That is why I'm always emphasizing on great treatment. Some people just say, drink the shit, or drink it, you know, they swear and give people that take care a hard time. And now we lost the whole group, almost. So when people like to enjoy a perfect drink, a perfect beer, and they are getting ready for it, because it's almost 5, make sure your kegs are chilled and have rested for 24 hours, and you can put them in the shed. If it's not below 7 degrees Celsius, the beer will not freeze, so there's no problem. And put it in, and then prepare your glasses. Don't put them in the freezer, because the freezer will create crystals on the inside of the glass, and again, if the CO2 hits those crystals, the CO2 goes out of solution, the reaction is foam, and foam is always, when it's too much, like a bad thing, because it means that the CO2 goes out, and the CO2 you need for refreshment and digestion. Like the fact that you're able to drink a lot of beer in a pretty small period of time, which is not an advice by the way, has to do with the fact that it is carbonated. So carbonation helps you digest fast, and the bad thing is you become hungry. And hops activates the hunger feeling. CO2 empties your stomach, so you can understand that after a few beers you become hungry. And 9 out of 10 times people make the wrong decision when they have to eat after a few beers, right? They are going to eat kebab, sheep, or some other greasy food, but you don't, I know, I can advise you not to do it. I mean, I love to do it, obviously, but this is not a beer belly actually. This is what we call a snack belly. And we all know the song. I'm just going to sing it one more time. It's oh, snack belly, bam ba lam. Oh, snack belly, bam ba lam. Snack belly had a child, bam ba lam. The damn thing gone wild, bam ba lam. I feel a little bit happy now because I have this beer. And as you can see, this small glass, the 15 cl BB from Heineken Experience, has a lot of cling. So you can talk about glasses cleaning for 1 hour. The best thing to do is to keep them in warm water and baking soda, because that will rinse the glass the best possible way. But if you see a lot of cling, just like this, then you know you treated your glasses well. I'll take another sip. You see the line, right? So in a good clean glass, you see the amount of zips back into the lines of the glass. Now this one has 1 line, 2 zips. So the message of today was the angle of the pour. You don't need to get rid of a bit of foam in the beginning. I mean, especially when you're pouring with 25 cl glasses or schooners or pints, you don't need to let go of the beer in the beginning. That is like with a normal Dutch tap. When it goes really fast, you release some oxidated foam, but it's not necessary to do it here. Because if you keep it in the glass, it is the lightest of the glass anyway. It will go to the top first, and you're there with the skimmer to remove it. Talking about the skimmer, I've been told by Heineken UK that they have been sending out over 400 skimmers December 17. So they should be in your neighborhood right now as we speak. To end this session today, I will just pour another Brand IPA, but it's just like a normal carbonated cold drink. Try this technique, so not here but here, especially with bigger glasses. Keep it like this. Start high and angled. When it's overflowing, straighten it. When it's full, you stop. Skim. When it's overflowing, with the wet skimmer under an angle of 45 degrees to seal in the flavor. And then let it settle for a second. And then you just take a look at the firm foam. It's a little bit wet. It contains a beer actually. And then you take a look at the beer, and your senses are preparing for what's going to happen. Because I had 1 beer right now, and my system is like, okay, we're going to quench the thirst. Let's do it. So I will take another sip. We should do a challenge. Don't you think so? I think so. Oh, people are asking me about shoutout, shoutout.vip. If it's also available in English, yes. So if you follow the link to shoutout.vip, you can request for a message, any message. If it's decent, I will share to a person that you think deserves a beer. Or could be yourself, could be a friend, could be an enemy that deserves a beer as well. But if you go to shoutout.vip, I'm more than happy for just $27.50 to record a message that you can use to impress a friend. Impress a friend. Damn, guys. I know it's only 4 o'clock in the UK. It's a Saturday. I'm not encouraging you to drink. No one needs encouragement in this group. But if you drink, drink conscious. I mean, enjoy the drink. Feel what it does. 285 checks, $2 billion of marketing. And then the rest is all about treatment. Treating the beer the best possible way. It's all about that. Don't let anyone else say something different. Cheers, guys, to the weekend. Living next door to Alice. Alice? Who the frank is Alice? 24 years waiting for a friend.